Pink Floyd, a band made of members Roger Waters, David Gilmour, Syd Barrett, Richard Wright, Nick Mason, and Bob Close, made their debut in London 1965. The band went on to have much success, especially when it came to the albums The Wall and The Dark Side of the Moon, released respectively in 1979 and 1973. However, the road to fame was not all sunshine and roses. The group had to overcome things like Syd having psychological illness, having to alienate themselves from their fans for a short while, fighting amongst the members themselves, and old age, which was the ultimate nail in the coffin for the group. But despite all those difficulties, Pink Floyd came out on top, having segmented themselves in the minds of rock and roll fans everywhere for their amazing pieces of work.
We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. No dark sarcasm in the classroom.
What got you into Pink Floyd, and what made you decide to play instruments throughout your life?
Well, probably started first listening to the band, back in the 70s when I was a young boy, probably around 8 or 9 years old. At that point, the Animals had just come out in 77, and really got into that album. I was a little young for that music, but I had some older friends in the neighborhood that introduced me to it, and then we sort of decided to try and play some of the music. And then The Wall came out, and that was really sort of the game changer. So we all, decided to get an instrument and try to play The Wall, basically. And I ended up playing drums, and we had a couple kids in the neighborhood. One kid played bass, one kid played lead guitar. And we would just, after school, we would get together and just jam, basically, and try to literally play every song on the album. And after we did The Wall, we got that entire album down. And then we did Wish You Were Here, and then we did Dark Side, and then we started exploring some of the older albums, like Metal, and even some of the older ones like Umaguma and Pipers at the Gate of Dawn, and some of the really old stuff, which is really hard to play. And that really set me on a path to explore not just Pink Floyd, but really all music. And eventually we got into Zeppelin and the Dead, and I ended up playing not just drums, but I ended up playing guitar as well. And the reality is that of all the music, though, Floyd probably touched me the most in terms of the musical capability and the complexity of the music and the deepness of the lyrics, which speak to you. Even you could listen to it thousands and thousands of times, and the lyrics still speak to you.
Pink Floyd's legacy will be remembered throughout generations of music and has inspired many people and will continue to entertain future generations.